Hey, Jam Crypto fam, welcome back. Today we're doing something special. You've heard me talk a lot about Tangem Cold Wallet over the past year, and I've got tons of questions about its safety, like what happens if Tangem goes bankrupt? Would your funds still be safe? Or how does Tangem stack up against other competitors? Well, I've got the perfect guest to answer it all. A Tangem's brand ambassador, David. So sit back and enjoy the conversation. David, welcome to this channel. Why don't you start by giving us a little brief introduction about yourself?
Hey, Jamie. Hey, Tangem community. Thank you very much for having us today here. And I'm very, very proud to be a part of your session and have the chance to talk a little bit about Tangem. So a little bit to my personal background, etc. I'm in crypto business since 2016, started very odd with mining, like most likely everybody in those days probably did. And I'm part of the Tangem team for a little bit more than a year. I'm the official brand ambassador from Tangem. I started with Tangem most likely like a user because I saw that wallet. I thought really that's totally strange. And I think what could be better and more simple than just a card? And so like that, I really thought, okay, let's stress test this card. And I can tell you, and we will talk a little bit more about that in detail. This is my very first Tangem card. And like you can see, there is a hole with a caliber 22. I also burned this card with a torch. And I can tell you this card is still functioning. And that totally stunned me. And that was the reason why I said, okay, you definitely need to learn more about this product. So I became a brand ambassador and a very proud team member of Tangem.
Well, Tangem definitely opts for the seedless option. A lot of like other cold wallet options like Ledger or Trezor, they will give you a 12-word seed phrase, and people feel like maybe more secure when having that seed phrase. And I wonder why Tangem would opt for a seedless option. And there's another question on a lot of people's mind. So when a user got their hands on the Tangem cards, maybe a set of 2 cards or a set of 3 cards, they can choose their own assets code, right? It's more like the password, but a lot of people might be concerned. What if one day I forgot about my password or the passcode? Does it mean all the funds that they have on Tangem will be gone?
Yeah, these are pretty good questions. So first of all, let's start with the seed topic. So we were trained over the last 15 years very strongly, not your seeds, not your cryptos. And that is correct, or not your keys, but the keys are referred to your seed phrases. So, but the big problem with seed phrases is really the topic that if you do have that not secured in a 100% way, like maybe stored in the bank vault or on a sheet of paper, split it into 3 fractions and stored in different ways, somebody can social engineer your seed phrases or steal them. And then you have the whole power about your cryptos. And that is not what a cold wallet is for. And we saw that in the past decade a lot of times that people have not secured their seed phrases. Some store them in files on their computer. Some store them in their physical wallet with them when they travel around. There is a case a couple of years ago from a guy in Texas where he was stopped by police officers, and this police officer unfolded his sheet of paper with his 24 words and held that in his dash cam for almost 3, 4, 5 minutes. Next day, that goes online, and just imagine what happened to his funds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were gone completely. So Tangem really thought about what could we do to protect the users the most, and that was to avoid seed phrases. And that is the reason why they started with the 1.0 version, where you completely have seedless option. So you don't need to create the seed phrases. The EAL6 Plus certified microprocessor in that card is creating the private key in that level that nobody can social engineer or hack it. And that was a great start with a great product back in 2018. So everybody thinks Tangem is maybe a new product. No, they're not. They started with single asset cards, like for Bitcoin or for Ethereum or for ADA or XRP. And a little bit later in 2021 or 2020, I think, they started with the 1.0 version, which is a multi-currency crypto hardware wallet. What is really, and I can tell you that, the most easiest way to set up and the most secure way to store your cryptos. So coming back to the second part of the question, what is if you lose your private PIN when you set up your first set of wallet? So let's imagine you start with a 1.0 version, you does not have had the chance to set up seed phrases. What we changed with the 2.0 version, because the community loved that and the community would like to have it. During the setup process, you create a private PIN. It could be 4 numbers, it could be 40 numbers, it could be 10 digits with numbers, special signs, letters, everything mixed up. What is your private PIN? What only you should know. If you forget that PIN, not a problem. We have an internal backup process for your PIN. So let's imagine you have 3 of your wonderful Tangem cards, and you only need 2 of that cards together and your smartphone to reset the PIN on each card with the 2 cards and the smartphone. So even if you forget after a couple of years, the private PIN is not a problem. Grab 2 cards of the same set, reset the PIN, and you're pretty good to go. But here comes the very important point. Do never ever keep more than 1 card on one spot. Because if you leave 2 cards on one spot, maybe laying around on your desk, or put it into a safe, or put it in your wallet, then if somebody finds that or steals it from you, he's capable to reset your PIN, restore the complete wallet on his new phone, and empty your hardware wallet.
Oh, okay. You wouldn't want to do that, I guess, then.
No.
Well, so if would you say it's more secure to opt for the 2 cards option compared to 3 cards option then?
I would say definitely spread them out. Make sure that you do not have 2 cards at the same spot. For my personal opinion and in my own use, I have more than 7 wallets. 7 Tangem wallets in use. One as a burner wallet, connection with DeFi applications, where I just have really a couple of dollars on there for gas fees and not my whole assets. One as and 5 others as hardware wallets. And the 7th wallet I'm just using for staking applications. And I do have that 7 wallets, each card in my physical wallet. So I have it all the time with me when I need to react to something. This second card of that 7 wallets is stored at a safe place. I will not display that. And the third card of that 7 wallets is all the time stored in the bank vault. So I can definitely make sure, even if I lose my wallet, nobody can get access to the funds, and I can still get access to the card, to my bank vault or the hidden place. So that's definitely the safest way you can do. Even if the bank burns down, I still got 2 other cards. Even if my hidden place were found, I got still 2 other cards. And that is most likely the securest way. You can also check out the Tangem website and the Tangem YouTube channel. There is a small video that I did when I lived in the United States. What is an optional way? I also buried some cards in my backyard. I don't know if you want to do that, but it's also possible.
Awesome. Thanks for clearing out some of the misconception about Tangem for our community. And let's move on to some of the upcoming features of Tangem. Does Tangem plan to have a staking feature? I love Ledger, and they will offer some of the staking options to some of the bigger coins. So I love how I can just secure my crypto, and at the same time I know I'm earning a little bit of reward, a little bit of APL. So is Tangem planning to do something similar?
Yeah, and it's really brand new. I do have right now the staking option on my beta version on my phone. So we have implemented already staking, or you can also call it airdrops for VeChain. So you get VThor as a reward if you have VeChain on your Tangem wallet. You need to activate also the VThor token on the VeChain network. And we also have 3 additional 10 staking options available. One will be Solana, the second one will be Cosmos, so Atom, and the third one will be also the Tron coin, what you can stake directly on Tangem, and many more will come up. So this is a long asked feature by the community, and we're happy to announce that soon, really soon, in the next days, we will probably bring the beta version to the official version to make sure that everybody can also join that feature. It's very important for us that we test everything internal. First of all, in the alpha version, what's really internal Tangem, and second of all, in the beta version, what is to a little bit wider selected range of users, and then go live to our valid customers and users.
I love it. But I kind of want to go back to one of the coins that you mentioned that Tangem going to offer is Tron coin, right? TRON. Does it mean that users can directly stake the USDT or just the Tron token itself to earn the reward?
Yeah, unfortunately, only the Tron coin by itself. So it's not possible to stake also the USDT, but I'm pretty sure if the community is asking for that, then it will definitely get implemented soon. Because here's the big difference between Tangem and others. At Tangem, we're not a company or a group of people would say, okay, you know what, I like this, so we implement that. Tangem implementations and new features are 100% driven by the community. Also new networks. If you want to have this coin or this network, etc., or this function, you write an email to the Tangem support team, then your wish, your requirement got listed onto an Excel list. And as more people ask for the same feature or the same network, that goes up in the ranking. And if it's on the top 2 or 3, we implement that as soon as possible and work with our development team very strongly and very quickly on that to make sure that we follow the wishes from our community.
That's great to hear. Thanks for clearing out how Tangem card works and also some of the upcoming features that users can look forward to. But let's move on to a little bit more of the technical questions that a lot of people are asking, at least from my community. So you mentioned EAL6 Plus chip just a few minutes ago. I wonder if there's any difference between EAL6 and EAL7, like because 7 is like one number greater than 6, right? Does it mean more secure in a way?
For sure, there are a little bit differences. So what you really need to know, this is not a chip, this is a microprocessor. I really like to use the word microprocessor more because chip means just a dumb electronic part, but a microprocessor is something that controls, that really works. So long story short, this EAL6 Plus microprocessor is a patented microprocessor from Samsung. What definitely makes sure that this product is very highly qualified, and this same processor is also embedded in entrance cards for the US Air Force and for the NASA objects where you need to get in, and also is implemented in passports and also in passes. So as you can maybe imagine, this is definitely the highest security level that you can get right now or that you require. And one good thing that I also need to say, within our nearly 2 million produced Tangem cards that we have sold over the last years, none of them ever get hacked. So wow. The EAL6 Plus for sure is a little bit lower than the 7, but there is nothing that really influences or that really needs to make sense to upgrade to a 7 version. So therefore, you're absolutely perfectly fine. I mean, the car that you're driving for sure runs, 250 kilometers an hour. There is a quicker car you can buy, but do you really need it? Most likely not.
Well, the next question that is frequently asked by my community is that, well, the Tangem chip is never really open source. So how does the team ensure like the audits are being done properly?
Yeah, that's a good question. And here it comes a little bit in hand with that what I announced a little bit earlier. It is a Samsung patented product, let's call it that way. And therefore, a patent is pretty interesting. It's good for the company that holds it because it secures it, nobody can copy it. But a patent also is a completely blueprint for what is in there. If you ever read a patent, you definitely can see what is in there, what makes it special, why are you not allowed to copy it, etc., etc. So most likely, for sure, the hardware is not open source, but the hardware is also open source because it's patented. So we're not officially allowed to really release all the details, but if you're a little bit technical skilled, you can definitely grab the patent, go ahead, check that out, and you also have the hardware patent, has the hardware details, what is in there. But that's also a pretty good feature. What I forgot to announce a little bit, The software that we're using on the smartphone and that's also running on the card is completely open source. You can download that on GitHub, you can check it out, and every firmware release get first of all uploaded to GitHub and then get uploaded to Apple Store and the Google Play Store. What also makes sure that our community, what is really, really genius, can check out all the changes, all the details, etc., etc., etc. And we also have had 2 individual firmware audits by 2 individual parties in Europe. And both does not found any backdoors, any malicious codes in our code, or any topics that are not working. And that is the good thing. So we can really make sure that we're 100% transparent. Everybody knows what we're going to do. And everything is really open source and shared with the community before anything goes live.
So just to summarize a little bit what David said, so that the app is open source, that means even if Tangem goes like bankrupt for some reason, any users can just like download the code and create their own Tangem app and access the fund from the Tangem card. Did I get that part correctly?
Yes, ma'am, absolutely correctly. And here's the good thing. Even if Google and Apple decides, oh, you know what, crypto is not the future, crypto is absolutely scam, and they take the app down from their stores, it doesn't matter. We don't care about that, because like what you perfectly summarized, it's open source. You can download it from GitHub and run it on your smartphone, even without access to the store. What is absolutely brilliant and really proves again how the vision of the team and the founders are, to really make sure be your own bank is what we want, and be your own bank is that what you can do with Tangem. Because here's another topic, maybe a ledger that one of the employees did not put in any malicious codes or any backdoors or any topics. I don't know. I couldn't do that. With Tangem, I'm 100% sure that I have control about my funds and my way, how the blockchain was really created, and be your own bank and self-custodial makes the most sense.
Okay, so speaking of other cold wallet options, I know people love to compare Arculus with Tangem. I wonder what is your personal opinion on Arculus? Have you used it before, and do you see it as the like a major competitor to Tangem?
Yeah, I can tell you, I have never used Arculus before. I have had a lot of feedback from the community, what uses both, and they definitely prefer Tangem because we offer a lot of more features, a lot of more flexibility, and I mean, starting with the setup process. I mean, you can set up your Tangem wallet within 3 to 4 minutes. I have 4 daughters in the age between 8 and 14, and my youngest one in the age of 6 set up her Tangem wallet by their own, really before I ever started with Tangem.
That's
So
impressive.
that is really mind blowing for me. It's that easy. You just grab your smartphone, download the Tangem app from the official store, and follow the instructions. I mean, set up my ledger. I can tell you, don't speaking bad about ledger, but set up my ledger the first time took me 2 tries and a lot of hours. And I hated that. So I don't need to download any apps. I don't need to update anything. Everything runs automatically, and it's simple. So, I mean, this is one benefit. We also have the great opportunity that you can swap a lot of assets directly on Tangem. Very easy, very convenient, and with a very lower fees than you probably have on exchanges, because your funds does not need to leave the card. Everything stays in the app, and we have right now 4 aggregators that are working for us: 1inch, Changely, Change Now, and OKX DEX. And we're in conversation with a lot of more to make sure that we have a wide range of options to swap directly on Tangem Express. So, and we also have a really brilliant feature coming up in the next month, that is Tangem Pay. So we're partnering with Visa for a long time, and Tangem, as a hardware wallet supplier, is providing a new product that is a Tangem Pay card that you can couple with your Tangem hardware wallet and say, for the next payment, when I tap on a Visa terminal, I can use my USDT or my Bitcoin or my XRP or anything else. What is absolutely genius, because the majority of, or not the majority, all of the other out there on the market right now, they have a middleman. So you want to sell your USDT to euros, maybe to pay your groceries in the store. What happens is your USDT goes to a middleman. He swaps that USDT into euros and pays then the amount to Visa or MasterCard, and they pay the owner of the shop. And we do everything with Visa directly in one combination to make sure that fees are low, security is high, and speed is awesome. So there's no middleman involved, what makes everything quicker, easier, faster, and also more secure. So I can go on with that oodles and doodles of more options why Tangem makes a better job than maybe Arculus. But yeah, maybe coming back to one additional thing that you probably see if you take a look to the Tangem card. This is completely plastic, and the Arculus one is, I think, a metal version. A lot of people are asking us, hey, couldn't you do a metal version? No, we can't, because first of all, we really want to keep the price very low. If you're going to check out the link in the bottom of the video from Gemi, you also get a 10% discount to your set, no matter if you order 2 or 3 cards. And the price for that, what's the most secure on the market, is definitely also one of the lowest one on the market. So that is absolutely brilliant. And if we go ahead and say we're not going to make a metal version, we will definitely increase the price by another 50 or $100 to make a sandwich. And this will also influence the capability of the NFC antennas in the card here. So therefore, we checked that out because a couple of people asked for that. But honestly, nobody will pay the premium, and we will also reduce the functionality of the cards. So not a good idea for us.
Well, you mentioned Tangem Pay just a minute ago, and that sounds like something we could really look forward to. But I wonder, if a user is paying their goods and services in Bitcoin, how does like the conversion work? How does Tangem fetch the best price for our users in order to pay for their goods and services?
Oh, that's pretty simple. So like I said, we're partnering there with Visa, and we're doing that for really a long time to make sure that we have regulatory-wise everything covered, et cetera, and we directly grab the market data from CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap to really have the current pricing at the right time, at the right level.
Yes, so last question. I promise you it's the last question because I've been taking a lot of your time. If Tangem Pay is linked to the cold wallet, does it weaken the security? Is there anything we have to be concerned here?
Amazing question. And when I heard the first time about the Tangem Pay at the very beginning when I started the Tangem, I really asked myself that question. So here is the topic why our developers did again an awesome job. So they decided not to grab the existing Tangem and say, hey, we do something on our software end. No, they said, let's create a new product. What makes sure that only with the permission of the new product and the old product, you can withdraw the funds or use it as a payment version or as a payment option. There are also multiple other security levels that we implemented, what I'm not allowed right now to tell more, but I would say let's maybe keep that for a second session when we have the Tangem payment live, to make sure that we also cover that question again. Another thing for maybe the future or what is running right now, I also want to show you a little bit. We have another option of another product running right now. This is the Tangem Ring. And I do have here really the very first one of the alpha version, what I'm wearing for a little bit more than a year right now. And I can tell you that ring is the same as that card. So the same microprocessor is embedded in the ring with the same antennas. It is a hyperallergy product. So no matter what you have in issues with skin, with other products, you can wear that ring without any issues. And the good thing is when you want to sign a transaction, you have to take off the ring. So you grab your smartphone and when I try to sign a transaction, it's not possible. We specifically designed the ring in that way that you have to take it off and then you can sign the transaction just for security reasons. Because imagine somebody finds your phone, steals it, get somehow access to your app, what is probably not possible without your biometrics or your private PIN or one of the cards. So you're definitely going to need to make sure that he couldn't send your assets without your permission. And the permission is the ring. So that's the great thing. And I can tell you, this ring is so durable. It's made out of ceramic. It's the same material what implants in your teeth are made. And I'm educated metal worker, so welder, pipe fitter, etc. And I have used this ring also in heavy construction situations where I was grinding, welding, burning, using my torch, etc., etc. And there is no possibility to get any scratches on that ring. It is amazing. I would show it to you, but yeah, I mean, I'm wearing this ring for a little bit more than a year, and there is nothing that can really damage or destroy that ring. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I've tried out that ring for myself as well. Actually, I got it like almost a year ago. It's in another room, and sometimes I'll wear it. I love it. Like it's so low key and got a really like black sleek design, which I think is quite fashionable to goes with like my outfits and stuff. But it's nice for our audience to get a little like peek behind the door for what Tangem has been building. And thanks for sharing so much with our community because, well, I promised you it was the last question, and I'm gonna end it here and let you go to rest because I know you're feeling a little bit under the weather. So hope you get better soon. If you guys want to order yourself a Tangem wallet, make sure you use the discount code down in the description box below. Once again, thank you so much, David, for taking your time and answer all the community questions. And I look forward to our next conversation.
Thank you very much, Jamie, and thank you very much, Tangem community. I really appreciate the time here. And again, if you have any more questions, I'm more than happy to get hosted by this wonderful host here again and answer the questions that you, ladies and gentlemen, have. Thank you for your time.